Thank you so much for joining us on the bright side. We're talking about the skin, and we're talking about skin exercise. Now, everyone probably listening to this program, everyone probably knows what exercise is. We talk about it all the time, but what is it really? Well, to exercise is not necessarily to lift weights or to run or do all the things that we think that promote or that stimulate the exercise process. Exercise really comes from the Latin word to destabilize, ex-arc, A-R-K, like Noah's Ark, means stable, and X means not stable. Exercise, ex-arc, refers to shaking things up, somehow not allowing them to be still. Stillness equals death, and stagnation equals disease. Stagnation, the slowing down of the bodily processes precede the stillness of the bodily processes. Stagnation is disease. Stagnation leads to disease, and then ultimately stillness equals death. Stagnation on the way to stillness, disease on the way to death. We need to reverse that process if we're going to be able to exploit health and wholeness and wellness. And that means destability. Stability is the enemy. Destability is exercise, but only one component of exercise. It's the recovery from the destability that's important, the restability. So you got destability, that's your exercise, and then you got rest. The rest phase is when the body, or whatever the system you're dealing with, restabilizes itself, and it's this combination of exercise and rest along with nourishment that allows us to leverage exercise, whether we're talking about exercising the muscles or the heart or the brain. The brain can be exercised. If you don't want to get Alzheimer's disease when you get older, or if you are older, you find you're losing some cognitive function, start to work with destabilizing your brain. Come up with new ideas. Read new books. Take study a different language. Go to a different culture. Have a different opinion. One of the things that happens when we get older, our brain becomes stable, and ultimately our brain becomes still. That's what Alzheimer's and other dementias are. Learn a new language, read a new book, do something different. Exercise the same way. There's something about exercise, and you guys who have seen these commercials for P90X made a lot of money by doing something called, I don't know what they called it actually, but they do different exercises on different days. So the system has to guess. The body has to guess. It can't predict. And it's this destability from guesswork where the body doesn't know what kind of exercise is coming next that prevents you from plateauing when you're doing your exercises. Sometimes people will go and work out and they'll exercise, but they'll sort of plateau. They won't get the same benefit that they got when they first started because their body gets used to the exercise. And in a sense, even though they're exercising, the body becomes stable. So keeping the body guessing is always helpful. Keeping the system guessing is always helpful if you want to leverage the power of exercise. So exercise is inherently destabilizing. The benefits come from the restabilizing, which occurs during the rest phase as the system is being nourished. And it's this combination of destability with rest and nourishment that allows us to benefit from exercise, whether we're talking exercising the muscles or the heart or the skin or the brain or even a civilization or a culture. Civilizations can be exercised. Cultures can be exercised by being stressed and then allowed to rest and nourished, perhaps not in terms of nutrition, but emotionally nourished, mentally nourished with ideas. In essence, exercise is controlled stress, period. That's basically what you're looking at, and this is why people don't like it. This is why it's inherently unpleasant. But this stress is not distress. Distress is a negative type of stress. Eustress, E-U. Eustress is good stress as opposed to distress, and this is the kind of stress that's associated with exercise, and it's the kind of stress that exploits the healthy body, exploits the way the healthy body responds to trauma. The way the healthy body responds to trauma is through strength and through healing. The bone is always stronger at the point of the break. You exercise, you tear your muscles up, or you lift weights, you do resistance training, you tear your muscles up, your muscles come back bigger and stronger and better. A scar, by the way, on the skin is an example of this phenomenon. Sometimes people want to get rid of scars. You see commercials for crazy products, fraudulent products, yes, fraudulent products that pretend to get rid of scars. You can't get rid of a scar because a scar is the way the body protects itself from an area that it perceives to be vulnerable. And a scar is like a strengthening of the area that's scarred in response to stress. It's a type of exercise, or at least the result of a type of exercise. So when it comes to exercise in the body, most of us associate exercise with weight loss. So let's be clear here. there's a heck of a lot more to losing weight than exercising, as anybody can tell you who's exercised and only lost a pound or two. A lot of times people go to the gym, they'll get a membership for the gym, they'll do this treadmill workout and spinning and martial arts or whatever it is, and they won't get the kind of weight loss that they want. You can force or compel your body to drop pounds by doing intense exercise, but for most of us, exercise, while it's definitely important, it's not a great weight loss strategy unless it's part of a well-rounded program that includes mental and emotional strategies, that includes nutritional supplementation, that includes dietary changes, eliminating food intolerances, and reducing sugar intake. One of the reasons why weight stays on us, or body fat stays on us, is because our body is protecting us. The inability to lose poundage is associated with some kind of burden on the system, some kind of emergency. It's a manifestation of the emergency response. If you're out there and you're trying to lose weight by simply going to the gym, I feel like most people, that's not a great way to lose weight. Exercise is overrated in this regard. I'm not saying it's not important now. It's very important, but you don't need a lot. 5 minutes a day is plenty if you do it correctly. Yes, 5 minutes a day is plenty if you do it correctly. 15 minutes a day max if you do it correctly. If you do your exercise correctly, you're going to do it in quick bursts, intense bursts, not staying on the treadmill. I go to the gym, I see people staying on the treadmill for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. That's not a great exercise. Try staying on the treadmill for 2 minutes, but running fast, sprinting, or put the incline up and do an incline sprint. See if you could do that for 20 minutes. If you can get on the treadmill for 20 minutes, you're not burdening the body enough. A walk around the block is not exercise, as important as it is and as helpful as it can be. Walking is definitely helpful. You're moving your muscles and you're moving your circulation. You're improving your lymphatic, the movement of lymphatic fluids throughout the body. I'm not saying it's not valuable, but it's not going to necessarily build you muscle or cause you to lose weight or induce weight loss. So exercise is overrated, and most people don't even know how to exercise. You want to exercise fast and quick and sharp and acutely. You want a burst of exercise followed by long, luscious rest. And you know what? It has a lot to do with the skin, too. There's a lot you can do in terms of skin exercise. I'll tell you what I mean when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this.
Hello, it's Tom Chenault from The Tom Chenault Show. We are experts in home-based business and residual income. We show people how to make money from their home, either part-time or full-time, and in partnership with Genesis Communication Network, we've organized a team to fight back about people not having money, time, or health. And we need your help. What we want you to do is, if you've got an interest in building an organization to fight back against people taking our money, taking our time, and taking our health, we want to talk to you. All you need to do is call this number, 855-308-8326. Again, all you want to do is call 855-308-8326. You can make a tremendous amount of money and end up fighting for a great cause. Please call us right now.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness: the phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it, and that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
Making the right decisions is a challenge to investors. Are we going to see economic growth, slide into a recession, or at worst, depression? Hi, Ted Anderson from Midas Resources. We all know when a company acts irresponsibly, divesting ourselves in a move towards safety is prudent. When the market becomes volatile, U.S. Treasuries are a safe haven. But what do you do when the U.S. government overextends itself and spends beyond its means? Many investors are turning toward gold as a common-sense alternative to traditional paper investments. Midas Resources has put together a powerful book titled 10 Reasons to Own Gold, discussing costs, benefits, risks, featuring full-color illustrations, weights, and measures. The book is free and can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. Paper investments are dwarfed by gold's 6,000-year history. Discover how gold may be right for you and your IRA by calling 800-686-2237. Whether buying or it's time for you to sell, the book is free. Call 800-686-2237.
If you're worried about your health and you're tired of the nasty side effects of harsh drugs or antibiotics, then look no further. Supernatural Silver is the answer. Supernatural Silver is a powerful immune system enhancer that can be used every day to help keep you healthy and well with none of those nasty side effects. It's extremely safe for use internally as well as topically. And Supernatural Silver is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver. It is perfect for use in the sinuses, eyes, ears, and on any wound or skin issue. Supernatural Silver is also extremely effective when taken orally and can help fight off bacteria, viruses, and mold that may be overwhelming your immune system. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, supernaturalsilver.com, and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 30% off of your entire order and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you have the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowicz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallets, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
It's absolutely heartbreaking. All over America, people are suffering from issues related to angina pain, high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, irregular heartbeat, clogged arteries, and high cholesterol. Can you live your life free from sickness, pain, and fear, and experience your body's healing itself? Look to Heart and Body Extract, an all-natural supplement that aids ailing bodies. It is an exclusive formula of wild-crafted and organic herbs. End the pain without all the side effects of prescription drugs. People 20 years younger will envy your vitality. Want a happier, healthier you? then go to heartandbody.com or call toll-free 866-295-5305 for free information. Heart and Body Extract offers a lifetime guarantee with no price increase in over 14 years. What are you waiting for? Call Heart and Body now at 866-295-5305 for your free information or go to heartandbody.com. Distributor inquiries are welcome.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
You're friends with me on my Facebook page. Check out my Facebook page. Got a really cool picture of some young man who had really severe acne. Just gave him a couple nutritional strategies and told him about some supplements. And his mom is putting his pictures up on my Facebook page, how his skin is progressing, and it's really quite amazing. So if you haven't friended me on Facebook, check out my Facebook page, or let's say you got the Truth with Ben Facebook page, or just Ben Fuchs. Anyway, we're talking skin exercise. Most of us associate exercise, we think about it with weight loss, but weight loss is not necessarily, exercise is not necessarily the only thing you need to do for weight loss, or as important as exercise is. What's more is not always better when it comes to exercise. In fact, more can sometimes be counterproductive if we don't know what we're doing. To truly get the benefits of exercise, whether we're talking about exercising your skin, and we'll be talking about that here in a little bit, or exercising the body, all you need is a few minutes a day. It doesn't take long. You know, you could really get a good exercise workout in 30 seconds or 60 seconds if you do it correctly. Certainly, you only need 5 or 10 minutes max, 15 minutes at the ultimate max if you want to do it correctly. And it's the rest that follows the exercise that's even more important, or at least as important as the exercise itself, because that's when the growth occurs. I call it exer-rest, to show that it's exercise and rest, stimulation followed by rest, that is the key. And also, the more you exercise, the more you got to nutriate. The more stress or destability or exercise the body has, the more important it is to nutriate the body, to nourish the body, if you're going to leverage the stimulation and minimize the damage, to exploit or take advantage of the stimulatory properties of exercise and minimize the damage that the stimulation can potentially induce. Exercise is a burden on the body, which is good, but the body has to be simultaneously rested, not simultaneously, but after the stress occurs, it has to be rested and it has to be nourished. So stress is your friend. Stress is a good thing, and this is the distinction between distress and eustress. Exercise is inherently stressful, but it's a good type of stress, as long as it's followed by rest and nutrition and nourishment, whether we're talking body as a whole or today we're talking about the skin. Exercise is destabilizing. It's the restabilizing where the growth occurs. The body's response to this destability, the body's response to having its stability thrown off, is to become more complex. Physicists study this phenomenon. It's called complexity theory, and it's something we've only really known about from a physics standpoint for the last maybe 50 or 60 years. Very recently, complexity theory is what it's called, and it's the idea that systems, whether it's the body, the muscles, the heart, the brain, the skin, or a civilization, or a colony of bacteria, whatever it is, these systems become more complex when they are destabilized. Complexity theory posits this, says this. Systems like to be stable, they become destabilized. As they become destabilized, they build up energy. Finally, that energy restabilizes itself at a higher level of complexity. That's physics, and hardcore physics. Rebecca Costa has written a book called The Watchman's Rattle, where she talks about this phenomena occurring with civilizations and with societies. Really cool book. She applies complexity theory, the same thing we're talking about here in terms of exercise in the skin, to how societies move, to how ideas take shape. Think about it. When there's a weird idea or strange idea in the culture, it's kind of like destabilizes the culture. Culture can't handle it. So first the culture laughs at the idea, then it tries to resist the idea. Those represent the stress phase. And then finally, the culture assimilates the idea at a higher level of complexity. If it's a good idea, the system will take it in and the system becomes better. It's kind of like exercising the system, exercising the culture, the society. This is what Rebecca Costa talks about. If you're interested in reading the book, it's called The Watchman's Rattle, and it's a super cool book. It's this back and forth nature between stability and instability that keeps us in the growth mode. That's what exercise is about. The body is always doing this. It's going back and forth from destability to restability, and that's a good thing. As long as rest and nourishment occur, this is how the body grows. Anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism means breakdown. Anabolism means build up. Catabolism means break down. And it's this build up, breakdown, build up, breakdown, build up, breakdown, back and forth, which is where the body builds itself up, which is where the body gets stronger by breaking down, building up, breaking down, building up. They're always occurring. Both of them are always occurring, and to know how to leverage them, to understand how to leverage them, is the key to getting stronger, whether you're leveraging them with weights at the gym or whether you're leveraging them with skincare ingredients that you're putting right on top of the skin to make the skin bigger and stronger and better. And there's wonderful topical ingredients that you can put right on your skin that will exercise the skin the way weights exercise your muscles. I'll tell you what those are tomorrow as we continue talking skin health and anti-aging skincare on the bright side. All right, time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010. Got lines open for you. Let's move to, let's go to Florida and welcome Angela to the bright side. What's up, Angela? Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks, Pharmacist Ben. My question is around an appointment I had with my doctor. I tested a little bit higher than normal for my bilirubin and my amylase and lipase, and I really wanted to talk about my dark circles, and you mentioned how it's tied to the blood.
It's all connected.
I'm wondering if there's a connection with kind of my results, or
Yes. You got to find out where your problem is. You got some stuff going on there. Bilirubin is a substance that's made in the liver. I'm not sure how the amylase and lipase fits in there, but those involve the pancreas. Chances sounds to like a digestive issue. The dark circles under the eye are very interesting. They're not skin problems. They're not eye problems. You can't put something on top of your skin to change the dark circles. What you're seeing with the dark circles under the eye is leaky blood. You're seeing the blood pigments leaking out of the very tiny vessels under the skin in the eye, because the skin there is so thin, it's like a window into your circulatory system. So here's the deal, and I'm glad you asked this question because it's very, very important, Angela. It seems like you have a skin problem, but you don't. You have a circulatory problem. And this is really the only problem anybody ever has. All health challenges are blood health challenges. You know, on this program, we always say all disease is cell disease. That's like our mantra. But all cell disease is blood disease. So you're dealing like anybody else who has a health challenge. And by the way, dis-ease doesn't mean necessarily cancer or heart disease. It means a body that's out of ease, that's in dis-ease, distress, if you will. And all disease, all bodies out of ease begin the dis-ease process in the blood. And seeing things underneath the eyes is a classic case of a circulatory system problem. So hang tight, Angela. I'm going to tell you how to address this when we come back, okay? Thanks for your call. Don't go away. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. Got lines open for you. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back after this. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. Physician who gave unneeded chemo gets 45 years in prison. Fareed Fada, the oncologist who got rich administering excessive or unnecessary chemo to hundreds of patients, including some who didn't have cancer, was sentenced to 45 years. Now, that's obviously horrific, but this is not an indictment against all doctors, but it is an indictment against not paying attention to what the doctor's doing to us. It's so important, you guys, that if you're going to the doctor, you're getting prescriptions at the pharmacy, that you ask questions and that you understand your medicine and that you understand why you're taking your medicine and that you understand what the doctor's doing and you understand your bodies. And that's why we are here every day, to help folks understand the body Not to rip on doctors, not to rip on drugs, but to understand the medical model, to understand pharmacology, to understand our bodies. How can we be expected to make good decisions about our health or about what medicines to take or not take, what medicines to avoid or what doctors to see if we don't understand our bodies? And that's why we're here every day on the bright side, helping clear up the confusion around our bodies, around the medical model, around doctoring, and around prescription drugs. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're talking to Angela. Where is Angela? You there, Angela?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so you want to look at your dark circles, and this is for everybody out there who has dark circles, not as a skin problem, but as a circulation problem. The blood's not moving correctly. This is a very common thing. As I said, all disease behind it has some kind of dirty blood issue. When the blood becomes dirty and when the body goes into survival mode or stress mode, the circulation will become impaired. So number one, you got to clean the blood. That's first thing. The bilirubin issue tells me that you got a liver problem, and that can be significant. So you must have some other health issues going on, Angela. And that's good news, because those can be diagnostic tools for you. When those other health issues improve, you're going to know you're on the right track. Especially look for digestive issues, because that's how the blood becomes dirty in the first place. And as I said, the bilirubin issue tells me that you have a bile problem or a liver problem, and that's a digestive condition too. So you got to look for food allergies, Angela. Okay, food intolerances, and then the best way to do that, of course, is with a food diary, where you write everything down that you eat, and then how you feel after, and then start eliminating those foods. A food diary is nothing more than writing down the foods you eat, trying to eat as simply as possible, so you know what's doing what. So you're eating, instead of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just having peanuts, or instead of chicken fricassee, you just have a little piece of chicken breast. You get the idea here. Just small, non-complicated food, so you can assess what's doing what, with a cause and effect relationship between foods and what's happening in your body. If you do a fast, that can help for a couple of reasons. Number one, it will reduce the stream of toxicity into the body, and it will also resensitize your body, so you'll notice your digestive symptoms more readily. Sometimes our digestive systems become invisible to us or transparent to us when they occur over and over again. By fasting, you'll resensitize yourself to your symptomology. So taking a couple of days off from food, maybe doing a Suero V cleanse, get some the Beyond Organic Suero V from your longevity rep or off the website. That can help too. The Suero V is unbelievable for fasting. Celery juice can help you fast. There's lots of ways to make it easy to start a fast. 1 or 2 days is all you need, and then hit the reset button. You want to start doing things for the circulatory system. They starts with digestive health. Digestive enzymes can help you in terms of circulation and in terms of food. Love the Ultimate Enzymes for that reason. They got two benefits, or they got a lot of benefits, but two of the benefits are they clean the blood, help smooth the transport or the movement of blood through the circulatory system, and they'll also help you digest your food. Take 3 after meals, and then take some in between meals, and do some apple cider vinegar with your digestive enzymes. Probiotics help good bacteria. I like the Biolumin Nightly Essence. Of course, fermented food is also a good source of good bacteria, and if you do your celery juice, not only will it help you fast, but the fiber in the celery juice is also very important for the digestive system. You notice here we're talking digestion. Surprise, surprise, we're not talking about the eye specifically. I want to make it clear, though, this is not an eye issue. This is not a skin issue. This is a circulatory issue. Does that make sense, by the way, Angela? Am I making sense so far?
Yes.
Angela? Okay, good. Blood sugar is also very important. Sugar represents a toxin to the blood. There's a lot of problems with sugar, but one of the main ones is it represents a toxin to the body and to the blood after you have a certain amount. So keeping your sugar intake down is also very important. Of course, the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients will help you do that, and then the Sweeties will help you as well. A couple miscellaneous nutrients for the blood supply. Vitamin E can be helpful, 400 international units a day. Chances are you got a vitamin A problem. If you have a liver issue, you might want to throw in 10 or 20,000 IU of vitamin A a day. And then as an all-around liver and digestive supplement, and also blood and circulatory supplement, the Fuchs Z. 2 miscellaneous non-supplemental strategies that can be helpful for you. Moving that lymph and blood around with a rebounder. Jumping up on a rebounder 1 or 2 minutes a day, or even just doing a super fast walk. I said earlier how walking is not a great exercise, but walking fast is a great exercise. A super fast walk for maybe 2 minutes a day, every other day, 3 or 4 days a week, or go up the stairs really fast. Not running, but walking fast up the stairs. Something interesting happens when we walk fast that's different from running. It's actually a lot harder in a way to walk really fast than it is to run. You use a different group of muscles. So walking up the stairs fast, not running up the stairs, but walking fast, that can also help improve improve your circulation. Anything you do to improve the circulatory system is going to help you. And then, of course, my favorite way to improve the circulatory system, improve the movement of blood through the circulatory system, is practicing your deep breathing techniques, not only for oxygen. Hypoxia, low blood oxygen, can clot the blood or clog up the blood, but deep breathing is also important because the muscles in the lungs can help move the circulatory and lymphatic fluids, the intercostal muscles. Those are your lung muscles. By practicing deep breathing, you can move those fluids around the blood and the lymph as well. Got to move on, Angela. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for your call. Appreciate it. Take care. God bless you. All right, Matt in Ohio, welcome to the Bright Side. What's up?
Hi, Ben.
Hey.
I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. For over 2 years. Love your show. I'm addicted. Every day I have the show on when I'm cooking dinner.
Oh, good. That's a good addiction. I like that. Thank you for sharing that.
Very good. You've helped me a lot. I've taken a lot of your advice. It's really brought everything together as far as cutting out, basically following a ketogenic diet, just phenomenal.
Right.
Taking
Awesome.
The supplements, sipping on the longevity supplements, OsteoFX. What I'm calling about is specifically cortisol. I'm trying to raise my cortisol level. I haven't found any information in any searches in how to do this.
Okay, that's great. That's a great question because you always hear the opposite, how cortisol is a problem. But actually, without cortisol, you can't handle stress. And interestingly, cortisol gives you kind of a sense of euphoria, a sense of a high, kind of. And you can get prescription cortisol, and they will give you prescription cortisol if they see you have low cortisol. And by the way, low cortisol follows something called adrenal fatigue, which I know folks have heard of. What happens is when we're under a lot of stress, we get a surge of cortisol. Cortisol is our stress hormone. And then over time, we run out of cortisol. And then your body has to recover, and you got to build up more cortisol. So you're in that stage probably, if you're talking about you or whoever it is, where your adrenal glands are they've run out of cortisol. Now they got to make more, and you got to help them make more. Is it for you or somebody else?
It's for me. The reason why I'd like to raise the cortisol is because over the last 13 years, I've been on Paxil, 20 milligrams, and just about 6 months ago, I completely went off just following all your suggestions. Fasting has been a huge help. But what's happening now is I find that I'm waking up in the middle of the night. I think it's low blood sugar, sweating.
Yep, that could all be low. That's exactly what that is. And by the way, that's cortisol doing that. Hang tight. We got to take a break, Matt, but I'll address your question when we come back. It's a good question. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. Got lines open for you at 844-236-6010. We're talking to Matt in Ohio about cortisol. You there, Matt?
I'm here.
Okay, so building your cortisol, that's going to be what you want to do here. It sounds like when you get a surge of cortisol in the middle of the night or over the course of time, you might be running low on cortisol. That's called adrenal fatigue. It's very common. By the way, there's a really cool book by Dr. James Wilson called Adrenal Fatigue.
I have it.
Oh, it's an awesome book. Good deal.
It's great, yeah.
Okay, good. I got another book here somewhere about adrenal fatigue. I'll get that to you here. Probably tomorrow we'll talk about that if I remember anyway. Okay, so here's the deal with the adrenal glands. Before you go to bed, that surge that you're experiencing where you wake up in the middle of the night and you get up and you can't go back to sleep, I take it, that's very common. That's a surge of cortisol, actually, and it's usually, as you said correctly, it follows low blood sugar. So what you want to do is have a little bit of protein before you go to bed. Now, protein, if you take sugar, carbohydrates before you go to bed, that might keep you up. But a little bit of protein will have a stabilizing effect, and your body can utilize it for sugar. So a small amount of whey protein, maybe, that will help. You might also want to try a little bit of lecithin or something
take it. Yeah.
Before you go to bed.
Not before I go to bed.
Try a little bit before you go to bed. You can also get something called phosphatidylserine, which is a fancy version of lecithin, PTS they call it. One of those things before you go to bed. Sometimes that helps as well. And then as far as the adrenal glands and cortisol goes, relaxing the body is the most important strategy, Matt. When your body feels like its survival is at stake, it's going to crank out all the adrenal hormones. And not only are you going to be dealing with adrenal fatigue, and not only are you going to be dealing with low cortisol, but now you're going to be dealing with low youth and vitality and repair hormones as well. Because the more your body's pumping out cortisol, the less it's able to make testosterone and estrogen and other fertility and youth and virility hormones. So you want to make sure that your adrenal glands are strong, and there's lots of ways to do it. Restricting your intake of sugar is very, very important. Making sure you're breathing correctly. Practicing slow, deep breathing is very important. Both of those will tell the body. Good deal. That'll make a huge difference for you. If you have any food problems, you need to correct those. Now, you mentioned earlier that you were on Paxil, and that tells me you might have a serotonin problem. Here's the thing about serotonin. In order to make serotonin, you need to have carbohydrates, and you need to have some insulin. So you can't go...
That's my problem.
You're going ketogenic, and you're probably not... Right? So here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do. You need carbs, but it has to be slow digesting carbs, complex carbs from vegetables. And you want to mix your carbs with some amino acids, especially a tryptophan, which helps you make serotonin. And the combination of tryptophan or tryptophan-containing foods like eggs and meat, if you're a meat eater, and dairy also, are good tryptophan proteins. The combination with these tryptophan proteins plus your carbohydrates from vegetables will help your body make serotonin. Many of us self-medicate when it comes to raising serotonin with carbs, but the wrong kinds of carbs. And there's a very good chance if you're out there and you're listening and you're addicted to sugar and you're addicted to carbs, the chances are very good you're trying to make serotonin. This is why one of the reasons why we can't get off of sugar. So by using vegetables as your source of carbohydrate, in addition to protein, to get your tryptophan, that'll help your body make its own serotonin. So the ketogenic diet's great, but you may not be getting the carbs from vegetables that you need. If you want to make sure that you're getting protein or tryptophan in your protein, and you don't want to deal with eating a bunch of eggs or a bunch of meat, you can get something called 5-HTP to take with your vegetables. That's a precursor to serotonin, or you can use straight tryptophan. Then there's the adrenal support, and there's lots of nutrients for the adrenal glands. Vitamin C is probably the most important vitamin for the adrenal glands, and then zinc is probably the most important mineral for the adrenal glands. You'll get vitamin C in the Beyond Tangy. You might want to throw in some more vitamin C throughout the day. Always do your vitamin C throughout the day. Very good. And then zinc, 50 milligrams a day. That's the most important mineral for the adrenal glands. Some other vitamins that are important for adrenal health: vitamin A, 20,000 IU a day, 10 to 20,000 IU a day. And then also the entire B complex, but especially vitamin B12 is important for the adrenals. And then in addition to zinc, magnesium is another important mineral, as well as iodine for adrenal functioning. So you're going to focus on adrenal functioning, lower your sugar, make sure you're making serotonin, and then practice all the relaxation strategies that we always talk about. Most significantly is, of course, slow, deep breathing, especially when you get up in the middle of the night and you can't go back to sleep. One of the greatest ways to go back to sleep is to watch your breathing. In fact, watching any of your body sounds or body processes will drop you into what's called alpha brainwave state and activate the relaxation nervous system. Just watching or paying attention to, I should say, your heartbeat or the rhythm of your breath. I like the rhythm of the breath. That is really relaxing. What happens is you go into this alpha state. Remember in the old days they would hold a watch, or the stereotype of the hypnotist would hold the watch, and the watch would go left and right and left and right, and he'd say, "You are getting sleepy," and that's kind of the stereotype of hypnosis. But what was really happening is when there's a rhythm, a steady, slow rhythm, our brain entrains or lines up with that rhythm, and we go into a hypnotic state, a relaxing state. Brain scientists call it the alpha brainwave state. But you can do it you don't need a watch and a hypnotist to do it. You can do it just by watching your breathing or paying attention to your heart rate or any sounds in the body, or really any sounds. Even sounds in the environment will drop you into alpha state if you pay attention. It's the paying attention that drops you into this hypnotic state, and that can be very calming and very soothing and help you help your adrenal glands regenerate if you're dealing with adrenal fatigue or low cortisol. Lots of stuff there. I appreciate your call, Matt. Anything else you got?
Well, just real quick, the zinc picolinate, I noticed as soon as I took it, my dandruff went right away, along with the vitamin A, 20,000
How do you like that?
National unit.
How do you like that, Matt? Did your dermatologist tell you about that? Anybody tell you about that? Of course not.
No, specialists.
Specialties are for specialists. Yes.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Thank you for your call. Appreciate it, Matt. All right. Have a beautiful day in Ohio. Coach Cosmo, welcome to the Bright Side, man. What's up?
Brother Ben, how are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, give your website out real quick.
All righty. You can find me on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com/Coach Cosmo. That's Coach C-O-S-M-O. Coach C-O-S-M-O. And then www.coachcosmocares.com. Ben, quick question about lactation.
You're not lactating, are you, Coach Cosmo?
Thank goodness no.
I'm just kidding.
Thank goodness no. It's someone else who would like to be. She's got a baby, but she's not producing enough milk. What can I tell her?
Well, it's the same thing. Same old, same old. Is she smoking by any chance?
You said again?
Is she a smoker?
Not that I'm aware.
That's the biggest reason why people will have a problem lactating. But basically, it's a sign of the stress response if you're not lactating. So you got to calm the body down. Relax the body. Now, if the body's under any kind of burden, stressful burden from a disease state or an illness or a lack of nutrition, those all need to be addressed, especially with fats. Omega-3 fats, especially omega-3 fats, but all your essential fatty acids, your ultimate EFAs. Focus on fats as far as nutritional supplements go. But you really got to look for any other health issues because that's a sign that the body is under some kind of burden. So what you want to do is you want to see if there's some blood sugar problem. That's usually a burden that's going on, or a digestive issue. That could be happening too. So look for other symptoms aside from the lack of lactation. If there's emotional, mental stresses, clearly those need to be addressed as well. But look for other body issues, other health issues. If there's any kind of autoimmune problems or any health problem, really, that can represent a burden on the body, and the body won't make milk. Smokers or cigarette smoking is really the worst problem, and prescription drugs can do it too. If she's on any prescription drugs, you want to have her. You want to make sure that she's at least weaning herself off her prescription drugs. If she's on prescription drugs, or anybody's lactating on prescription drugs, by the way, baby is getting medicated as well as you. So that's not a good idea. So what you want to do is look for other health issues, especially around relaxation. There are foods that can have a positive effect on lactation, on increasing milk, especially vitamin C containing foods, or she can just do straight vitamin C. There's an herb called fenugreek. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. That's been used in Ayurvedic medicine. Fenugreek is like the next up-and-coming herb for the hormone system. It's spelled Fenugreek, not only for the hormone system, but also for the blood sugar system. So fenugreek is a great building herb. You can do fenugreek tinctures, or there's various forms of fenugreek that you could find at a health food store. Dandelion, fennel, those are herbs that are all associated with improving lactation, and of course a good nutritional supplement program featuring protein, especially whey protein. The combination.
I was going to ask you about that.
It's awesome.
I think she may be leading a vegetarian lifestyle.
Well, that would definitely put a burden on the body, especially if she. A lot of times people have a vegetarian diet and they don't realize that vegetables can be more reactive than meat. In fact, there's no toxic meat. Nobody's allergic to any meat, but we're allergic, and there's plenty of toxic vegetables. So vegetarians have to be really careful. Sometimes they, especially if they consider, vegetables are benign, I can eat whatever I want. Sometimes that's not the case. Coach Cosmo, that's all the time we have. Thanks for your call, buddy. I hope I helped you.
Thank you.
Take care, man. Have a beautiful day. All right. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening, friends. We'll be back at you tomorrow with more good health information. If you're interested in purchasing any of the longevity products you heard us advertise or recommend today, call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, or head over to my websites, brightsideben.com or pharmacistben.com or criticalhealthnews.com. Thanks for listening. Have an awesome, spectacular, beautiful day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
More and more people are discovering the incredible benefits of alkalizing the body, and there's no better product for it than AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops. Packed with a powerful combination of the most alkaline minerals and compounds, just a few drops in water will rid your body of harmful waste and give you more vibrance and vigor than you've had in years. Now buy 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body, supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Did you know every woman will layer on 14 pounds of toxins in use of cosmetics alone? Unfortunately, top brands women rely on to look their best may be hiding harsh chemicals that have been linked to cancer, organ failure, and birth defects. Longevity Minerals, an all-natural beauty line that heals your skin from the inside out. Try it today at www.morethanhighheels.com. That's www.morethanhighheels.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness, the phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it, and that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
So you've been listening to Pharmacist Ben and Dr. Wallach for a long time now, and you're wondering if longevity really works. Hi, my name is Adam. I'm an employee at GCN, and I've been using longevity products for over 2 years now. Call me today to hear my story at 612-695-5982. You too can lose weight, experience increased energy, and feel better about yourself and the future of your family. Call today, 612-695-5982. That's 612-695-5982.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Healthy elimination is essential to high energy, a cheerful mood, and prevention of disease. Some of the founders of our modern holistic health thinking state that disease begins in a toxic colon. A toxic intestinal tract is the foundation for virtually all degenerative disease, and a clean and well-moving intestinal tract is the foundation of health.
I just want to say that you folks have an amazing product. I've taken whey protein products for years, and I've never noticed the results I have with your product. I've suffered with bouts of constipation most of my life. Within a few days of taking One World Whey, I noticed noticed a dramatic change. Also, in the past few years, I've experienced symptoms associated with diabetes. I feel horrible when I've had too much sugar, and I've been getting the foot pain as well. But I've noticed in the past week or so, I'm not feeling bad anymore, and the foot pain is gone. I'm just finishing up a 5-pound tub I ordered and just got off the phone ordering more. I love your product. Thank you.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworldwhey.com.